Before we get to what's in this bag, and I think you can guess, I just want to say a huge thank you because we hit over 400 subscribers. It's quite a new YouTube channel. I'm just very grateful that you're all here. So thank you so much. And I have in here the brand new iPad Pro. I have to say this is the thinnest iPad Pro box that I've ever felt in my hands, which gives a clue as to what might be going on inside. I also have the new Magic Keyboard, the new Smart Folio case for times when I don't want to carry the iPad with the Magic Keyboard. Of course, the new Apple Pencil Pro, because my old Apple Pencil will not work with the new iPad Pro. I've had the iPad Pro in every iteration. My last one was the M1 iPad Pro 12.9 inch with the Magic Keyboard. It weighed in at a chunky 1.7 kilos. Considering I carry a bag around with lots of fabrics every single day, it was just getting way too heavy and cumbersome. So I got rid of it. I've been using my iPad mini, and I love my iPad mini, but for serious work, it's not the device. It's great for reading things and maybe making quick notes and watching the odd movie or whatever. The iPad mini is just a bit too small. Enter the new iPad Pro. Should we do the accessories first or should we do the iPad? Let's do the accessories first. Let's do the Smart Folio. I went for blue so it matches my MacBook Air. So satisfying. And then it just slides out like that. That's it, that's our folio case. So the outer material is that usual kind of Apple, slightly rubbery kind of texture, but it's not a sticky rubber, it's just nice and smooth. Doesn't look like initially it's easily gonna get marked. Here, we've got a camera cutout, and then this, I guess, protects the screen. And then we can probably use this just to kind of fold it back into some sort of position. I heard somewhere on a podcast someone talking about the fact that this actually allowed you to get different viewing angles, but it doesn't feel like it on first impression, but we'll check that out. Next up, we've got the new Apple Pencil Pro. So usually the Apple Pencil has just been plain white packaging with a picture of the pencil, that's it. But here we've got this kind of really swishy logo. It's kind of nice. So we've got a little tab here. Pull that off. And then lift it out. One question I've been getting a lot, how does the new Apple Pencil feel on the nano texture display? So we are going to find out. Maybe not in this video, definitely in videos that are coming very soon. It feels really nice. It's actually got a slightly more tactile feel to it, so it's a bit more grippy because the previous Apple Pencil was very smooth and plasticky. This one kind of feels like it's got a little bit more grip, and the pencil tip feels a little bit more tactile as well. So I'm going to be quite excited to use this. We just have the Pencil Pro logo there, so for those of us that have got older Apple Pencils floating around all over the place, which I have, this is quite handy because it tells you that this is your Pencil Pro. Next up, we have the Magic Keyboard. Again, like the Smart Folio case, I don't expect there to be much going on in this. Lift the lid. Oh, I think that's new. Oh no, hang on. Missed that one. I thought the box had a hinge. So straight away, this feels better than the old Magic Keyboard. Immediately notice on the side, this is all metal now. It was rubber, all that kind of fabric mesh thing. It's all the hinge is metal. That's really cool. And this feels better. The previous Magic Keyboard, you knew straight away that that thing was gonna get marked and scuffed. This doesn't feel, it feels like it will last a lot longer. The little edges here, they seem to be better machined, better made. Take this bit out the middle. Wow, that's really cool. It kind of feels a bit more sturdy as well. You kind of put it down there, it just sits there nice and flat. We've got this lovely aluminium here, which if I get my MacBook next to it, feels exactly the same. It's just slightly cold to the touch, and yeah, I prefer that. That is much, much better. The old Magic Keyboard had this sort of fabric bit here, and after a while it just got really marked. This is going to last a nice long time, and this trackpad already feels much, much better. I'm really liking that. We've got a USB-C port here for pass-through. That's nice. We also have the addition on the new Magic Keyboard of a little function row. We've got an escape key now, which is brilliant. We've got our brightness buttons, so that's fantastic, because I always used to have to swipe from the top corner to do the brightness. Then we have got I don't know what that does. It probably shows you all your apps at once. Zoom. Then we have got a microphone key. We've got a sleep button. We've got our play forward, backwards buttons. Then we've got volume. So I guess that's volume on and off. Then we've got volume down, volume up. And then here we've got a lock button, which I guess means you can just quickly lock your iPad. So that's really cool. We're gonna put this over here. The main event. So here's our box. Apparently, this says Pro. P-R-O. Would you have known that if I hadn't told you? So I went 1 terabyte, 13-inch, M4, Wi-Fi. This has 16 gigabytes of RAM, an M4 processor. Apparently they needed to put the new processor in and jump from the M3 to power the new display. But again, this is actually, do you know what? This is just an unboxing. We're not going to talk about the technology and stuff. Lift the lid. Let's just put this aside for a second and let's see what we've got in here. So we have got our USB-C cable. They don't give you an adapter. In the store, they do ask you if you want a power adapter, but as I already have a dual USB-C charger with my MacBook Air, I didn't need to get one. So got plenty of Apple chargers lying around anyway, but it's really cool now that they color code the cable. So I've got a blue USB-C cable for my MacBook Air, and then I went for the space black iPad Pro, so we've got a black cable, so that's really cool. And that's it, there's nothing else here. And then we've got this little thing, which has got probably the usual stuff, how to set it up, don't need that. And then all the regulatory stuff. And then we've got a cleaning cloth because I've got the nano texture display. So Apple only want you to clean the nano texture display with this cloth. And it says here, cleaning the display, clean your iPad Pro display only with the included polishing cloth. For infrequent cleaning of hard to remove smudges, a 70% isopropyl alcohol IPA solution may be used. Do not spray solution directly on the display. For additional polishing cloths, visit apple.com/UK and spend even more money with us. The other thing you're probably wondering is how much this lot costs. So the 1 terabyte iPad Pro is $18.99. The Apple Pencil Pro is $129. The Smart Keyboard is $349 for the 13-inch version. The Smart Folio cover was $99. And then I had Apple Care Plus on top, $169, but that covers all of these accessories as well as the iPad as well. So you add that lot up, it's like nearly 2,700 quid. That's a lot, but anyway, it's done now. Forget about it. And here's the iPad. The first thing you notice is so light. It's like a feather. It's amazing, and it's so thin. And there we go. This is a gorgeous bit of technology. I can't wait to use it. So one thing a lot of people have been moaning about is the fact that the nano texture display, and you can hopefully see it here on the video, you've got the glossy edge and then you can really see that matte display in the middle. A lot of people have been sort of complaining that as a detail thing it would have been nice to have the nano texture glass go right the way to the edge. I disagree. I think that looks really cool because it just frames the display nicely. And already I've got spotlights up ahead and I can just about see them in here, but I know on a glossy display, I mean, if I put my MacBook here, you can really see those. And in the nano texture display, to the naked eye, you can kind of just see the sort of globes of our pendant lights in the kitchen here. The glossy standard displays of the regular iPad Pro and the MacBooks, literally you can use them as a mirror, whereas with this, you can't. I mean, I can't see my own reflection in this as I move it around. First thing you notice is the camera has been moved from the top of the iPad to the edge on the landscape end, and I imagine that our Apple Pencil just locks in up there. And this is the other problem I had with the previous versions of the iPad, is that every time I had to do a Zoom call or a FaceTime call, I would have to take the iPad off of its Magic Keyboard and then sort of stand it up this way and try and prop it up. It just never ever worked in landscape mode with the camera on the other side. So I'm really, really happy about that. Top and bottom, we've got our speaker ports. So we've got 2 grills here, and then we've got 2 grills here. I can see a little microphone port just here. This is not the cellular version. I've tended to always have the cellular version, and this isn't that. I'm just going to tether it to my phone when I need to. We have got a USB-C port at the bottom, another microphone here on this top edge. This little groove here I think is the antennas for the Wi-Fi. At the back here we've got our Apple logo, we've got the camera bump. Again, this is something that a lot of people have been moaning about, but I don't have a problem with it. We do not have the ultra-wide camera anymore. That has gone. Some people have been moaning about that as well. I very rarely use the camera on my iPad Pro, so I don't care. We have still got the LiDAR sensor. Then we've got the Apple logo, which is nice and glossy. Apparently this bit is made of copper, which is better for heat conducting because this thing is so thin. And then we've got what looks like some magnets or something here, which match with the ones on the keyboard. So we can now put this all together. Locks in place nicely, Pencil Pro on top, and that's it. That's the new iPad Pro 13-inch. The whole thing together is definitely so much lighter than the previous iterations. That is amazing. If we compare it to my 13-inch MacBook Air, the iPad is a little shorter. It's a little wider because of the hinge, but in terms of weight, it feels about the same. And I'm really happy about that because this MacBook Air I carry with me everywhere, unlike my previous iPad Pro, because this thing is so portable, and I think this is going to be the same. So yeah, very happy, very excited. I can't wait to set this up and start testing it and putting it through its paces. So I'll be back with another video to do that. But thank you so much for watching. If you liked this, then please subscribe, please hit that like button and share it with anyone you know who might want to see this. I will be back with another video and some shorts. Thank you so much for watching.